In this video, we will explain how to use the SpO2 probe, what it can measure for you, how you should connect it, and how to make sure that you get proper measurements. SpO2 probes can measure the patient's pulse rate and oxygen saturation. It will also show you the pulse waveform of the patient. There are different probes available, for small neonate patients, and for adult patients. You have to select the probe that is most suitable for your patient. For example, this type can be placed on the foot of a neonate and the toe of older patients. This type can be shoved on a finger. These clips can be placed on a finger or toe, but these have to be moved every 4 to 8 hours to prevent hurting the patient. They are available in different sizes and work better than other types in case of poor perfusion or cold extremities. There are 2 different probe parts which have to be connected. This can be done by lifting the clear shutter and then plugging them together. You can connect the probe to the monitor by plugging the probe in the port at the side of the monitor with the matching color. There is an arrow on the probe which has to be on the top. When connecting the probe to the patient, make sure there is enough tissue between the light and the detector. The light and the detector should also be opposite of each other, as they should be able to talk to each other. Make sure that the probe isn't too loose that it will fall off or too tight that it could hurt the patient. Make sure that the wire is running along the limb of the patient to reduce movement artifacts. Taping the wire to the limb helps to keep it secure. Don't tape completely around the limb, as this could restrict blood flow. If available, place a sock on the probe to secure the probe in place and to reduce light. Too much light can cause bad measurements. When the probe is connected to the patient, the vitals and waveform become visible. The waveform could help to see if the vitals are measured properly. A good measurement has a regular waveform, with clearly visible peaks. When placing the probe on the patient, the signal might take up to 20 seconds to get a reading. If the signal shows a lot of artifacts, with no clearly visible peaks or no regularity, it could be because of patient movement or because the probe is dangling. Make sure that the probe is lying stable. Then check if the probe is positioned properly, with enough tissue in between the light and detector and with the light and detector opposite of each other. Too much tissue can result in the light not going through and no reading at all. The perfusion index, shown as Pi below the oxygen saturation, should be higher than 0.4% for a good measurement. To improve the signal, you can also try to reduce light from the environment by placing a sock or a piece of fabric or blanket over the probe. This could also help reduce movement. If you cannot get a good quality measurement, you need to switch to the clip probes for a better result. When you remove the probe, clean it with alcohol to make it ready for the next patient.